Internet, good morning. My name is Magnitude, and welcome back to the WBE Week 6 against KyleAye, aka the Miami Donphans. Great dude, one of my favorite dudes in the community. Check out his channel, check out all the stuff that he brings to the table, to the internet table. You will not be disappointed, I promise you. It is KyleAye versus Sawsbucks. So KyleAye's 3-2. I am 2-3. There's 3 games left in the season, so I really got to make these next 3 games count. I cannot have what happened last week where I get fucked by the Hacks Gods. So I don't want to be in whatever category that is on Pornhub. I'd like to stay off of that site altogether most of the time. So this week I have Hitmontop, I have Mimikyu, I have Manectric, Aselgor, Vaporeon, and Caparaja. My opponent has Hawlucha, Snorlax, Drapion, Centiskorch, Corsola, and Lapras. I was really afraid of... You'll see that I have Mimikyu there with protective pads. That's for 3 reasons. 1, for Cursed Body Corsola. 2, for it stops the effects of the attack drop from Spiky Shield on Togedemaru, and it also would stop Iron Barb from Togedemaru. And 3, from something like a Flame Body on Centiskorch. So I'm prepared with Mimikyu. I got a couple, actually 3 different berries. I got Lumberry, right? I got Shuka-Berry. And I believe that is all I have for the berries. I got some fun stuff this week. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lead with, this is going to be, I'm going to lead with my Manectric. He's going to lead with Drapion. We had a massive amount of connection problems leading off. It took us maybe 9.5 minutes to complete the first 2 turns because it was lagging so bad. It'll take maybe a little more than that. So I go for Switcheroo turn 1. I know that no form of Drapion can take me out with Earthquake at all unless he crits me. So he gets Toxic Spikes up. I kind of figured he was going to do that, but that's kind of fine. This actually might work out. This might work out for me because I might be able to showcase what Hitmontop can do right away. You'll see Hitmontop there has that Lumberry, but he is a fun, salty, sweet little fella. So I'm going to go for Volt Switch. This is part of our. I'm just showcasing part of our connection problems. It was just that was the back end of it. So I go for Volt Switch, and I figured he might just get up a second letter Toxic Spikes. I'm going to go into Hitmontop. Look at that set. You guys see that set? Did you guys see that set? We're going back to it. Thief, High Jump Kick, Bulk Up, and Bullet Punch. Also, he had no Alcrem, which is nice. I was worried about that. So going into Hitmontop there is what he does, and the Lumberry is going to pop. Toxic Spikes. Now, the obvious play here would be just to go for a Rapid Spin, right? If you're Kyle, you're like, oh my god, he's going for a Rapid Spin. Why would he not go for a Rapid Spin? I got Spikes up, or I got 2-layer Toxic Spikes up. I'm going to go in Corsola. Well, in fact, I'm just going to bulk up right in his stupid face. A, alright, Saquon Barkley's never going to fucking Philly. And B, oh man, he's got some nicknames that are going to trigger me. So I get attack up and defense up, and I go for, what is it? Is that a Thief? Is that Thief with no item? I'm trying to trap the Corsola and to give me a Violite so it's no longer a threat to my team because he walls the shit out of my offensive mons? Yeah, that's what that is. Now, but what's he gonna, oh my god, we thiefing, we stealing that of Violite. Now, no form of, I think he thought I was gonna switch there, but no form of a Violite, or no form of Corsola could live 2 Thieves at +1. So one with, well, he has the Eviolite and then one without the Eviolite. If I roll minimum for both, at minimum, I'm doing 100.5 to a max Corsola, which is, as you know, enough to take. Yes, you saw that. That was not an illusion. That was not an MDM caused vision. That was a Sword and Shield Hitmontop 1v1ing a Galarian Corsola. That's right. With its limited move pool, we did it. Things worked out fantastically. So now I'm sure he's kind of reeling and wondering how he's going to go in and overcome this transgression that I have inflicted upon him. But now I'm thinking to myself, well, I don't really want to go into something like it. I don't want to go into Vaporeon now. Those Toxic Spikes are going to cause a real problem. They are. So I kind of want to just do as much damage as possible to things, because the Hitmontop is kind of goal was to take out the Corsola, which you don't really hear often ever, but that's the plan that I had. But I don't really want things to take damage right now. I don't really know what Centiskorch wants to do against me because he went into it. I'm just gonna high jump kick him, and whatever happens happens. He goes for a burn up, which is whatever. He gets rid of his fire typing, but that's not whatever. But I go for high jump kick. I'm gonna do a little bit of damage to him, enough where enough where he can be taken out from something like maybe a Volt Switch from a Manectric. But it looks like, right now Hitmontop is he's taking out Corsola. So right now I have his Corsola's dead, his Drapion is burned, His Center Scorch is at about half, and all I've really lost, and I haven't even lost one Mon yet, and I still have Hitmontop left. Now, he's got to decide if he wants to get more damage on the Center Scorch. Now, I haven't seen an item, so I don't know if he was, if he's choiced in some way. I do go to Volt Punch just to get some damage on it, because I thought I was probably going to die here. I do get the crit, which is juicy, but he gets a Flame Body, which is also juicy. And he goes for a Burn Up, but it failed, because he's not a Fire type anymore. So, I guess, I don't know if he misclicked that one, or, it's possible he didn't know how Burn Up worked. It's because I didn't know how Burn Up worked going into that battle, so that's, completely plausible. Perhaps I even got that. Either way, I go for Bullet Punch, he doesn't die, he goes for Fire Lash, but he's no longer Fire type, so he's not going to get that stab boost from the Fire Lash, so I'm going to keep living. I'm going to have a little bit of HP left, and he's got to decide if he wants to stay in and die to a Bullet Punch or switch out to something else. I'm going to have at least one more turn after this of Burn. So, I've almost taken out 2 of his Mons, just as one Hitmontop, and I'm at +1. And then I'm burned, so that puts me at technically only -1, so that's not terrible. I do like that, and it's at a point now where his Center Scorch definitely can't live a hit from anything else. So if I get some hatches up, I can possibly take that out. But he goes into Hawlucha, Mold Breaker, I imagine, from Mimikyu. If I go to Volt Punch, I'm going to do a little bit of damage, not a lot of damage. But I see leftovers, so I'm thinking to myself, okay, he went into a Mon that he he could take a hit from. It's got leftovers. Is he going to sub on me? If he subs on me and I switch out, I'm in trouble. Or if he subs on me and I Bullet Punch, I'm in trouble. He does sub on me. I figure a sub or a roost was coming. I'm just going to high jump kick. And if I break the sub, great. If I hit him and then as he roosts and then die, great as well. But I see leftovers on a Mold Breaker Mon like Hawlucha. And I'm about to die that next turn anyway. I'm like, he's going to sub or roost. I'm either going to switch and he's going to set up a sub, or I'm going to attack him as he knows a Bullet Punch and die. And then I die, he's behind a sub, and that's not good news. So I knew the high jump kick there. I had to go for it, because worst case, he hits me with a move like, Brave Bird or something like that, or worst case, he kills me, and Hawlucha doesn't take whatever the percentages of damage that he would have taken from Bullet Punch, which is, whatever percent, but I still have a Volt Switching Hawlucha left, or Volt Switching Magic left, and I don't think that he can outspeed me, So he goes into Snorlax, and I'm going to go ahead and just Volt Switch right the F out. I wish I could have burned this thing, but Drapion was a solid choice also, because, Drapion's Earthquakes are only threatened Caparajah. But we're just gonna do it, man. We're gonna go G-Max versus G-Max 2 Behemoths. This is like a Digimon movie when the Parrotmon and the Greymon are falling out of the sky and they're fucking gigantic, and everyone's like, what the hell is happening? But then if you ask them 5 years later, they're like, what do you mean? Nothing happened that day. You guys are smoking crack cocaine. Don't be smoking crack cocaine. Kids live here. And those kids grew up to own monsters and see monsters. So possibly they're also on crack cocaine. I can't say for certain. I'm in a hood. I realize I'm in a hood. It looks kind of odd when making a video, but I'm in a hood because I am freezing cold. It's cold in here. It is. So I am now, we're both going to G-Max, and we are going to go for it. I got Sugarberry in case he wanted to Earthquake me with Snorlax, or in case he wanted to, I thought about maybe going for Chocolate Berry for Hawlucha, but I thought Snorlax's best option against me was probably Earthquake. So I wanted to be able to take on the Snorlax, and I thought Sugarberry was the best option there. And I'm pretty sure he had another Mon that had Prevalent Ground type moves, but I can't think. He didn't bring it, so I wasn't really thinking about it too much. But so he goes for Max Quake. Sugarberry pops. Whenever I see big fat Mons like Snorlax or something like that, I'm always afraid of something like Weakness Policy. But I decide, you know what? Okay, first of all, fuck you. Giannis is not going to any goddamn team that your Snorlax predicts it is. But now it's at a point where I'm at +1. He's going to have to decide if he wants to stay in and risk killing me or not. He can't kill me with one more Earthquake, which is fantastic news because when I'm G-Max. That's nice. I got to decide if I want to go for Max. You see, I'm really thinking about it. If I want to go for Max Knuckle, if I want to go for G-Max Steel Surge, picking him to switch, if I get some extra hatches up, or if I want to just not even risk it and just go for a Max Quake. So I decide to not even risk it because I figure worst case if he Earthquakes me and I Max Knuckle him. See, I see leftovers. I don't even know what else he's gonna have. So he does have a Protect type move. So I don't know if that's Belly Drum. I don't know if that's Rest. I don't know if he just has actually Protect. I don't know. But I figure, you know what? I'm just gonna keep firing off Max Quakes or Max Knuckles. At the worst case, I'll almost kill a Snorlax, but that Snorlax is like definitely a fat problem to me. You know what? Say Gohan, if he wants to go to Miami, he can go to Miami. So I go for Max. I'm at +1, mind you. And Max Knuckle still does not take out Drapion. So I am at a point, though, where I do not fear the Earthquake from this Drapion because he's burned now. So I am going to be able to be way safer as long as it doesn't crit me. And even then, I still might even live it because I have, you know, it's unstab. I mean, he led Sash Drapion with Toxic Spikes, so he's probably not offensive. He's probably got speed, and, well, he might be offensive, I don't know. But I figure, you know what, he's going to Earthquake me. He's going to die to burn if he doesn't crit me. I want to get some Stealth Rocks up to get some hazards going. So I do get some Stealth Rocks up, get some hazards going. So now, you know, Centiskorch are dead on the way in. I can do a good amount for Snorlax, and also to Lapras on the way in, and Hawlucha will take a little bit as well. So I thought the Rocks there was a solid option, a solid choice. Because it's going to, especially after, you know, Drapion's going to die anyway, so why would I go for anything else? I mean, I could have switched out, sure, that was possible. Or, you know, predicted him to, yeah, I don't know. I think Rocks there was a safe choice. I am liking Stealth Rocks on Caparajah. It's the second week I've done it in a row, and it allows the opportunities like that to get those Rocks up. And, you know, when I am in a G-Max form, it doesn't give me a Protect. So he goes in Centiskorch, does not die, which tells me, of course, he is the boots. The heavy-duty boots, so I need to figure out how I want to go about switching into the Centiskorch. But I decided to go into Manectric. I want to keep a Selgor alive because I have that Final Gambit can take out Snorlax now that it's not G-Max. But he goes for Burn Up, but I don't really fear him offensively, and I know I can outspeed him at this point, so I can take a hit from him, and then I can Volt Switch out. And I'll still have Manectric alive for Hawlucha or Lapras. And again, I have something like Vaporeon that's left still that I can go ahead and Wish off of. But he switches out immediately. He goes actually right into Snorlax. And I figure, you know what we're going to do? We're going to try to go for the W right now. We're going to try to win it right here. And previous weeks I have shied away from kind of setting up with Mimikyu. But this week I'm going for it. I don't want, Vaporeon can only touch him. Selgor at this rate can almost take him out with a Final Gambit. It would be very close. He can have at max 267 HP. I have 167 with a Selgor, and that's because that every Corsola with max HP, the most HP they can have is 167. So and I have Final Gambit, so I wanted to be able to. I figured. Actually, I'm thinking right now, does Final Gambit work on a Ghost type? I get it's a Fighting type move, but the target is myself. That would have sucked to find out it didn't. Woo, boy, good thing I don't worry about that. So I am Toxic. I've been bringing Lumberry Mimikyu a lot of weeks, but this week I didn't. And I decided to go for just a Drain Punch, or a Swords Dance. I thought maybe, you might go for a, maybe Earthquake just to break my disguise. But I am Toxic, so my turns are limited, so I have to try to make as good of use of them as possible. So I go for Swords Dance, and he, I think he saw that comment, I believe. Because I know Drain Punch at that range can take him out. He goes for Darkest Lariat, which he's revealed, and now I have to kind of just go for Drain Punch here. Now, I've seen a Protect type move. It could actually be Protect. I'm not sure. Or no. So I decided to go for Drain Punch. If he does have Protect, I still don't even want to. All right, first, Giannis is not going to the Golden State Warriors, you fuck bag. If he does go Protect, that's kind of fine. If I predicted that and went for Swords Dance, that would have been super dope. But I'm at a point where if he didn't go for a Protect, like, I'm fucked. I am fucked. So it didn't make any sense to go for a move that move at that point. I should go for Drain Punch. He is going to switch out. He knows the value that Snorlax has against me still. So he goes into Centiskorch. And it's solid for him because he doesn't have to, I get back less HP, so I'm taking a lot of damage. And now it's going to be a problem. As far I'm not getting back Snorlax HP, right? I'm getting back very little Centiskorch HP, and then with the toxic damage starting to add up, yep, things are going in a poor sense for old Mimikyu's longevity. But right now he's got Lapras left, he's got Hawlucha left, he's got Snorlax left. So I got Rocks up, and I know that I can't kill him with Shadow Sneak here, but what I can do is put him in a range where he can't set up a sub on me if I go for Shadow Sneak. The worst thing I want is I go for like a Play Rough as he subs on me. So I just go for a Shadow Sneak, make it so, you know what, he cannot sub on me. And if he wants to go for something like a Brave Bird, that's fine too. Because that recoil damage is going to mean, he's almost going to be dead. He's not going to be totally dead, but he's almost going to be dead. And that's going to put me nicely in Volt Switch range. So, if he went for a sub there, that would have sucked, obviously. That would have been terrible. But he didn't go, suck for him. So, either way I was going to die. But I figured, there's a chance he might have subbed on me, just let me kill myself. But I guess Shadow Sneak was... Well, I mean, he saw Swords Dance and Drain Punch. Damn. So, but I mean, the best play for him was to just go for Brave Bird there. The Celebrate gets a kill this season, which is nice. Man, my throat's getting dry. I've been talking for a while. Oh, boy. So Celebrate gets a kill on the Hawlucha, and now we have Snorlax and Hawlucha left. And that's Snorlax. No, there's Snorlax and Lapras left. My apologies. So, he goes into Snorlax, and now I know with the Rocks damage, I can take him out. I can take him out with a Final Gambit. I don't know if he... Now, I thought about not going for it on the off chance he protected, but I know that Final Gambit doesn't kick when he goes for a Protect. So, like, I'm not going to take my damage here because he protected himself. That's why I didn't know if it worked on a Ghost type, now that I'm thinking about it, because I'm a target, but it also... You have to be able to take damage. It's strange. The mechanics, as they add more moves, it's a strange mechanic. So now I'm trying to decide if I want to just go for a Sludge Bomb, as thinking maybe he will go for something like I don't know, Arrest, and I don't want to be caught, with going for Final Gambit. I'll be dead, and then he's just back at pretty much half HP because he's gonna rest and then take a Final Gambit. He goes for a Protect, and he gets it again. So now, unfortunately, he is definitely out of the range of Final Gambit because the Toxic damage is on turn 2. So it's starting to add up. I'm not at max HP anymore, obviously, and he's going to be at more. So he's going to have, at this range, probably at about 134-ish HP, which is more than I have left. So that Double Protect was huge for him because it allowed him to live a Final Gambit, and it forced me to go for a Sludge Bomb. But either way, I didn't go for a Final Gambit there anyway, but... I do poison him as he facades me, and he crits me, and that was overkill. So that worked out for him nicely. But I am glad to see that now the leftover is going to kind of be canceled. So now I have to. Now it's going to be. It's good. I gotta try to maneuver my way around this because his Snorlax outspeeds my Copperajah, and he's got Lapras at full HP. So I'm going to need Manectric left to do this. So I'm just going to go into Vaporeon. So I am taking a risk here. So I've seen Darkest Lariat, I've seen Earthquake, I've seen Facade, I've seen Protect. I know all 4 of his moves now. I don't fear him to rest because he doesn't have it. He's going to switch, and that's totally dope because that actually worked out wonderfully for me because I'm going to go for a Wish. And because he went into Lapras instead of Snorlax, I can actually Baton Pass out way safer because I will probably be slower than his Lapras. Which means he's going to go for an attacking move on me, and then I'll be able to Baton Pass into either Manectric or Copperajah. If he is slower, if I am faster than him, that's going to be unfortunate because off to the side, I'll probably have to go into Copperajah. But it will give me the option to go on Manectric if I wanted to. Sparkling Aria, I guess he thought I was going to switch. He thought I was going to switch there and not go for Baton Pass. So I go for Baton Pass, and now it gives me free reign to pick each of my 2 Mons to go into to receive all that free HP. Is it going to be Manectric or is it going to be Copperajah? I pick Copperajah because I know I'm going to need to live at least 1 Earthquake from that Snorlax. But what I also know is that as a Lapras, if he's got Scald, he's probably got to use it here because he's going to think I'm going to stay in. But I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. I am slower than this Lapras with Vaporeon. I could probably get a Wish up and then get Manectric back to max HP too. Even if he's got Freeze Dry, I can live 3 of those. I'm max special defense, and I know I can live 3 of those. So I go into Vaporeon, and he actually does go for Sparkling Aria again, and that is not how that's going to work out for him. It's just he has tried Sparkling Aria twice, which is obviously better than Scald. So I'm going to go for a Wish here, and I think he knows I'm going to go for a Wish here. But so if he went into Snorlax here, he kind of couldn't. So he goes for Freeze Dry, and I know, like I said, I can live 3 of those. So I go for a Wish, and all I got to do is pretty much not get crit by this next Freeze Dry, which of course is incoming. And I can Baton Pass nice and safely out to Manectric, and then I'll have Manectric at max, and I'll have Copperajah at max. So I decided to Baton Pass here, and I need to live a Freeze Dry. That's all I got to do. And I do live a Freeze Dry, and I do Baton Pass out. And that's going to now give me Manectric at max HP. So I was able to get both of my Mons here late in this game to have max HP, which is very exciting for me. I'm very happy with that. So, which came true, of course. I get all that HP back, and now I can Volt. I don't have Thunderbolt. I have Ice Fang, in case he brought Flygon. Oh, Flygon! That's why I got Sugar Berry too. Duh, Flygon. No, we're solving it together. So I Volt Switch, and I didn't see an item on Lapras either, so I didn't know if he was some kind of weird walking berry. I don't know. But I go to Vaporeon. Vaporeon can die if he wants to go for Freeze Dry. That's totally fine. I don't mind Vaporeon dying here because I can go back into Manectric, Volt Switch again, and then it's going to be about Copperage and not getting crit with Earthquake. A lot of my plays involve me not getting crit, which normally you'd think, why would you? I mean, yeah, sure, as long as you don't get that 6%. But listen, I've played poker long enough to know that 5%ers happen all the time, and I play Pokemon long enough to know that I get fucked in the anus on a regular basis. So I do go for Volt Switch, and that is going to leave me with just Copperage and Manectric up against his Snorlax. And I got Rocks up, and he's poisoned, so I know that he can't stall me because the poison will just negate the leftovers. So all I gotta do is live the incoming Earthquake from Snorlax. I EV'd my Copperage with enough speed to outspeed non-speed EV'd Snorlaxes, but he must have done that reverse to me. So he Earthquakes me. I live that, of course. I Iron Head him, of course. Sawsbucks win. We're now 3-3, -1, and we are right in the thick of the playoff hunt. 2 games left. A lot of teams in that 3-3 and 4-2 range. So we got 2 games left. Next week we got Cybertron and the Melbourne Rotom. So if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like if you did, subscribe for more. I said it really fast. I'm like Jim from Letterkenny. What the hell is his name? I don't remember his last name. Either way, whatever. The auctioneer. Either way, guys, I will see each and every one of you next time. Good night.